Good. Yeah, why not? Okie dokie, folkies. We're back. Now, as you know by now, if we're coming at you from the sofa, then I'm a busy boy and don't quite, unfortunately, have the time to be getting out to a nicer location. But you know what? I decided today I was going to bring a bit of nature to me. So we got this very nice picture which I got on my travels one time in Germany. That was Lake Eibsee. Go to it if you're ever travelling. Very, very nice place. Very postcard-esque. Anywho, so today we're coming at you with my thoughts on a few things, quite a few things, because I've been seeing things recently and they've been like annoying me, kind of confusing me as well. So I want to come out here and share my perspectives and also get some of your perspectives in the comments, because that's what it's all about. So, first of all, I'd like to preface almost apologies for not being in like a slightly cooler location. Just this new job I've got started at the moment is taking up a lot of my time. So, you know, I'm just dealing with what I've got right now. So hopefully that's understandable. And yeah, let's get into it. So, the first thing I want to talk about, and this is something that I've obviously known about for years and has kind of like affected the way I think and the way I act, and the way I also perceive like certain people and situations, is hustle culture, monk mode, the winter arc, you know? Like, I used to buy into this heavily, like a lot. But, you know, I heard this thing the other day, and it kind of made sense to me, saying that rushing is a stress response. Why is it that we want everything so quickly? Everything has to be done in one season. Like, I understand the thinking of like a monk mode, for example. You know, you go away for a few months, become socially inept, and you know, but because of that, you get to put a lot of time towards your hustle, your business, or your personal development, or whatever. But as I just said, the issue is with that is that you do just become like a bit of an incel, like socially not capable. And I know this because I've done it. Do you know what I mean? I've been there, monk moding, and yeah, you make progress in whatever you're wanting to make progress in, but you lose a lot as well. And as I said, rushing is a stress response. I think with this whole online space of the hustle culture gurus and stuff like that, they almost gaslight you into thinking it's all quick and we've got to do it quickly and everything has to be done quickly, and so you've got to go to your monk mode so you can get 10k a month in 3 months or something like that. So then, you know, the people who follow that advice are stressing, you know, they're getting their head down and they're working on something which chances are isn't even remotely fulfilling for them. They're not doing something they actually really enjoy, they're not serving people they actually care about. So yeah, they might get to the 10k a month, but I'd like to see how long they can actually keep that up for before realising, shit, this is a business I don't actually care about and I'm unfulfilled. It's funny though, isn't it? Because all these online gurus preach getting rich quick because they did, but the only reason that they did is because they present themselves as an all-knowing being, right? All-knowing, I know everything, I can teach you everything about this. And then they make a community or a course which basically feeds on people's insecurities and their desires for community and social connection and understanding. They create something like that, and then they get rich really quickly. Like, look at me, I'm making 100k a month. Of course you are. Because first of all, you have a huge audience, and then you thought, oh, I'm going to play massively into their insecurities and make a lot of money off it. And I don't want to be a hater, because I'm not. It's smart, right? I'm fair play to these people. I'm not calling them bad businessmen. They're great businessmen. I just, something about it kind of irks me. And there's a lot of examples of it everywhere. And I'd like to caveat, and I do really think there are some people who sell info products out there who are genuinely like helpful. But there's so much of it now. That's the issue. There's so much of it. It's hard to weed out the shit and what's not good. Like an example, and it's an example which I almost find it hard to kind of break down. So Hamza, you may know him. I followed him for years, followed his advice and whatever else. But now, kind of just thinking, I sometimes go into like stints of deep thought where I realise like I think a lot of his advice has actually really like negatively impact the way I see the world and the way I think and all that type of stuff. Like I've been told I have to monk mode and get rich really quickly, and yeah, you just got to pick a business model and then you got to sell a paid community or an info product. I don't want to do that. Like I get it. It's like, oh well, you don't want to get rich. It's like, you know, you got to provide for your family and all that. And I wanna make money. Don't we all? But not through doing that. I want to make money through something I enjoy, and that's purposeful. I don't know. He's an interesting case study to me because yeah, I followed him and I don't actually mind him. But I don't know, it's people who present themselves as these all-knowing people. I know everything about this. That bothers me because I think no one is perfect in that respect, and to create a false persona and turn yourself into a false authority figure saying you know everything about this annoys me. And I think it would be better if people who do that maybe started coming out a little bit more transparently and saying, oh well, I'm not 100% sure actually. I got this wrong, I get this wrong, I'm trying this. You know, I'm not perfect. But a lot of them don't. And this is why I still don't mind Hamza, because he somewhat does. He still does. On the odd video I watch, he's transparent. But a lot of them don't do that because obviously it would affect the money they make. Because if their fans don't see him as much of an authority figure, if their fans start thinking, oh, he's actually kind of like me, then less people in your school community, buddy, you know? So that's what I have to say about hustle culture. Well, actually, no, not completely. I saw another thing from a YouTuber talking about it's a standard, you know, how to become a millionaire and whatever. And he was basically, throughout the whole video, he basically just said, don't spend any money. Don't like spend money on activities, treating yourself, travelling, going out, whatever. And then what did he say? He said save it all for when you're in your 50s and 60s. And I just thought, like, what the fuck? I understand the notion, but if you have to, through your prime years, might I add, through your 20s and 30s, if you have to literally hate your life and constantly be hustling and not spending any of the money you make, if you're making a lot of money, spend it, I think. Obviously, be smart. Put some of it away to save and then invest in whatever. But spend it. You're making money to spend it, man. Just be a bit smarter. I hate that mentality of like just save, don't spend money on this, don't spend money on that. You know, he said, treat money like you're still poor. And I was like, that's madness. It's this culture of like, let's not enjoy our lives, let's hustle instead. I think you can do both. I think you should try and do both. That's what I'm trying to do. And I think it's possible for everyone to still be grinding and you know, you're hustling, but you're not miserable. And you can still allow yourself to do things that you enjoy and spend the money you make. I think that's important. I want to know what you guys think about that. But if you started making a lot of money, would you just save it and be very frugal until you're about 60 and can barely enjoy it anyway because you're old? Or would you almost stagger it? You'd spend a bit, you know, put a bit aside, but like ultimately still enjoy yourself. It baffles me. All these people who'd rather go monk mode and sit in a cave all day than have somewhat of a balance in life. Because ultimately, I think these people who are going around now saying you got to do this to be a millionaire. I work 16 hours a day and like I don't spend any money and you know, all of this. I think it'll get to a point, very unfortunately, in their lives where they're old, and then they realise like I didn't enjoy my life. I didn't really make many fun stories. I was a slave to the dollar. You know, it was all about money. And I think it all comes from it's an insecurity thing, I think, with a lot of these millionaires. It really is. They just think if they keep, the next million, the next million, the next million, if I keep doing this, keep doing this, keep doing this, it's very insecure. And a lot of them admit it as well. But I think they should come off it and start trying to enjoy life a little bit more and find fulfillment in other places. Because I'll tell you what, I used to think like this. I used to think I should just not enjoy my life and put money as a number one priority above everything else, above other things that I enjoy and my people and stuff like that. I used to really think like that, and it caused me a lot of stress because I'd think to myself like, I can't do that, I can't do that. Or in the future, like, oh, am I going to be able to do this? Me. I used to think like that, but now I don't. I think I want to, well, I know I'm going to be making money with something I enjoy to do. I want to be helping people that I care about. And then with the money I make, I can enjoy myself and have an actual fun life that I can spend with the people I love, doing things I love, and living a fulfilling life, not living like a hermit for decades so that I can enjoy my life when I'm 50 and 60 and 70. I want to enjoy my whole life. What's this culture about? Just saying, right, this half of my life is for torture, and then this half of my life is going to be good. What's that about? And there might even be people commenting saying, "Oh, you're a bit of a pussy. Like, you know, you got to hustle. You don't need to enjoy it. You know, be a man. You know, you got to hustle. Like, use your brain, man. Like, what I'm saying is, pick something you enjoy to do, and that you find like actual like purposeful, and then start making money from it, and then it's not gonna be as hard on you long term, and it'll be a hustle you enjoy. That's what I believe, and I think people make it too hard for themselves. I really do. I also heard a quote from Alex Hormozy saying basically, when I was in my 20s, I just wanted to be a millionaire. Now I'm a millionaire. All I want to be is in my 20s. Do you know what I'm saying? But it makes sense. We're always just thinking of the next thing and not actually realising how fortunate we are just to be as young as we are right now, as healthy as we are right now. We take it for granted. We really do. And that's why that kind of ties into my whole point of like these people who say, yeah, just grind all your 20s and 30s and then enjoy your 60s. It's like, but these are our prime years for enjoyment and discovery and trial and error, you know, taking risks. I wouldn't say sitting in your room all day monk moding is taking a risk. You're doing the opposite of taking a risk, really. You're like, I want the most security humanly possible. Do things that are risky, do things that will actually bring you life. You know? A lot of people are getting gaslighted into thinking they need to do all this monk mode and you need to have an info product business or you need to your personal brand or whatever else. We're all being gaslighted. You don't need to do all that. Be patient. I used to be so... When I say I used to be, I mean like months ago. Like not even long ago at all. But I was so stressed. Rushing. Trying to get everything now. Because I've been gaslighted into thinking that's what I need to do. But it's not what I need to do. I'm taking it slow. I'm doing 2 of these a week. I'll let them, you know, they'll build up. My effort will compound over time. And then I'll start doing okay. But I don't want to rush because that will just stress. It's stress I don't need to give myself. And when you're stressed, you make bad decisions. And I want to be making good decisions, so I've just decided, you know what? I know what I want to do. It might take a bit longer to accomplish than if I was monk moding, miserable and an incel. But long term, I think it'll be worth it. And I'll definitely enjoy myself more. So ultimately, yeah, just enjoy your life. Please. Don't waste it hustling. Because there's more to life than that, than material gain. Like, yeah, it's gonna be nice. Like, I want material gain. But it's not the be all and end all for me. You know? It's nice, it's a vehicle to do funner things potentially and go to nicer places and whatever and make more memories. But it's not the be all and end all. You are your best resource. If you take money out of the equation, hopefully you still have yourself, which is enough. Something within you which keeps you grounded. Hell yeah. I hope that made sense. I hope I'm not hippie waffling. But yeah, just to finish, we take life for granted big time. To get a little bit deep and personal. This is gonna sound really stupid, but it hit me hard. My dog died yesterday. Very sad. Had her for 15 years. She was a proper cool dude. But it was sad. And I say this because usually it's not particularly relevant, is it? Like, come on now. But the reason I say this is because I realised after it happened, like shit, I just took it for granted. Like I took her existence for granted because I just thought, she'll always be here. Because in my head, she's always been there. And now she's not. And it's like, damn, I wish I'd, you know. Like, and I know it sounds stupid because it's just a dog. But I wish I'd spent more time with her or done this or done that. It's weird. We take it all for granted because we don't like to think about death. We don't like to face it head on. So instead of often thinking about, you know, death and that we're going to die, we ignore it and take life for granted instead and almost adopt a feeling that we're invincible and that everything around us will just live forever. It's just a given. So I think we should, try to stop that. However we can do that. How would you even do that, you know? It's tricky. I think we just got to start being more grateful and showing more appreciation to the ones we love and the things we love. I think that's how to start going around not taking life for granted. Because you don't want to do that, I think. And it ties back into what I was saying earlier as well. If you do take it for granted and you kind of think you're invincible and all this and all that, and you waste all your time chasing these material things, these millionaire titles and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, yeah, I want that, but it's not me. It's not the be all and end all of who I am. If I don't achieve it, then that's okay. As long as I'm still a person I want to be, that I'm doing something I enjoy, that's cool. And obviously not like completely broke. I still want to be able to like exist comfortably. But yeah, I think for the people who are out there chasing all this and monk moding, they are kind of taking life for granted because they're wasting time that they could be using enjoying themselves. Like, we only get one life realistically, and people are really just out there wasting it in this hustle culture, being gaslighted. Hope I don't sound too hippie, too woo-wah, you know? I hope this has made sense. Hope I'm not talking nonsense. But that's just what I'm thinking. I hope I've been coherent today. I love that as a disclaimer. Hope I've been coherent. But hope so. Yeah. Also, like, comment and subscribe. Comment if you agree with me. Maybe if you want, try and change my mind. If you disagree with me, my mind can be changed. I'm permanently open to being swayed if you make a good point, because I'm not set in my ways, you know. I'm just coming to you with my current thoughts, and then the beauty of this is that in the future I'm going to come to you with different thoughts, very potentially, because this is a documentation of me growing and developing and harbouring new opinions and thoughts and philosophies. So, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you. Like, comment and subscribe. Enjoy the rest of your day. And remember, you're gonna die. Yeah, you're gonna die, so don't take it for granted, and do some gratitude journaling, and go stroke your dog and say hello to a family member or something like that. Okay, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you. Mwah.